to a bonus episode of Brides of Dracula. This is our epilogue and wrapping up our lovely story in a little bow on what happens after Dracula died. It's been about 6 months. And we are going to start with two of the brides, Carmilla and Isabella, who somehow had the tightest bonds out of all the brides from the very beginning until the very end of this series. Ladies, our dear brides, the floor is now yours.
So I think at the point of the scene here, they haven't left the castle yet because, or Isabella hasn't left the castle yet really because she doesn't know where she can go. She's well known to be a monster, and here it's the only safe place. So still very much, haunting the halls. Uh, uh, um, she has gained some bestial features since the last time, which she is doing what she can to conceal. Since her rage, she has these golden lupine eyes. Her canines have lengthened even further than they were, and she has ears now that are a little too wolfish that she's wrapping her head and hair now to try to not see that or be seen as that monster. Um, and I think she spent a good amount of this time kind of isolating herself uh after almost tearing apart like the only two people she knew that she cared about. Um, and I think we find her sitting in her room with a mirror that she can't see her own face in, and uh, a chain with these two silver rings, kind of just lost at this point. Lost as to what to do, as to who she is. Um, just on the floor in her room.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the time frame is, but I imagine Carmilla has uh, sort of probably avoided Isabella in sort of the self defeating way that a conversation would fix it, but you're hiding from it. You're because Carmilla knows she fucked up. Like, yeah, she's the one who ended up stabbed, but she knows she overstepped, and she knows that what Isabella saw in her, that vengeance, like trying not to say that I deserve it because I don't deserve the bad things that are happening to me. But it's understandable and justified. So I think probably both been very sort of sheepish around each other when we have seen each other. I think maybe enough time has passed that steady myself and we respect boundaries, but I'm going to go to the door and knock.
I think Isabella has kind of just carelessly left it open, so you're knocking on a door frame here, and she'll uh, look up with her uh, look up, realize that she's locking eyes, and kind of cover her face a little bit. And Milla,
Izzy, can I?
sure.
So I think I'm going to come and kneel down beside Bella and reach out, sort of like silently asking for permission to shoulder and start stroking it. And
I condemned you for something truly unfair. There is maybe not something of him that's giving him too much credit. As we know, he wasn't the first, but there is something awful in all of us. And she's looking at the mirror, looking at the ring. I don't know that it isn't us. I hope that it isn't us. I'd like to think that it's something else. Something that we struggle against and not some part of our nature that this curse has brought out. But it's there. I don't know what's left. Just gonna kind of like casually toss the rings, across the floor. I was someone. I had someone, I think, but it's gone. I thought maybe killing him, breaking the curse, breaking the hold that he had would bring something back of who I was, what I was. And it didn't. I almost waited for the sun. But I didn't. She's going to look over at Carmilla at this point.
I get it. I feel it, and was also foolish enough to think that once he was gone, he'd go away. It's why I wanted him to suffer before he went. It's, I wanted him to have a little bit of it. But you were right. You were right. Glad your aim was wrong, but you were right. But I also don't know what to do. Because I kind of feel it. It's like a non-magical curse. He's just still here. And he's still here. A lot of little ways. Listen, I really glad you didn't choose the sun.
I kind of chuckle. No, I've chosen something else. She's gonna, lock eyes with Carmilla for a second, and I'm not sure what. What are we now? What are we now?
Very flustered, but not. She's been so used to having to put herself out there in body only that she doesn't know what to deal with emotion-wise. So I'm just gonna have to clarify. You chosen someone. What are we, or what are we?
I don't think that I have ever seen you at a loss for words. Yes, I chose someone. I know you. I don't know me. I don't know who I was or what I was. But I know that Someone has kept me from being the worst of me. Over and over. Someone has pulled me back from the edge. Someone has kept me from becoming like that monster. She's gonna glance over at the rings again. Someone has kept me here. I was old before you came around, but not that old, and I would not have remained these centuries without you. So, for you, I stayed.
You stopped me from becoming him. And I don't know that I'm good or a good person yet. But I think we can start with being better than him. And glad you made it. So I always knew if one of us would, it was me. Just always been the best at resisting him. So strong. Catch yourself a little bit there.
Isabella's going to pull her in and hold her and strength is many things. I just have a very obvious kind. I suppose we can be each other's strength. Keep each other from becoming him. I'm gonna kind of like stroking her hair. Somewhere fucking else, though. This place stinks.
It's awful. Oh my god. He was so fucking dramatic in the decor and all of this grandiosity. It's like, and pick another fucking color than crimson, crimson, crimson. Oh my fucking god. Jesus Christ. Learn about complimentary. Just laughing in your arms and just looking up at you, not wondering if you're going to ask, but not obviously doing it herself.
Come with me, Milla. We can't go somewhere there's sun, but we can at least go somewhere there's color theory.
I'd like that. Just breaking a little.
Um, lean down and because the height difference here, and kiss her under the top of the head and hold her close. And I think that's a pretty good wrap on that scene.
And you two go running off into the sunset.
Somewhere with color.
Somewhere with lots and lots of lush grass, flowers. Probably somewhere warm, not dreary. But probably somewhere where the sun doesn't rise so quickly every single night.
And the nights are full of stars.
And the nights are full of stars. Now, Von Aschenberg, Stefan, absolutely took you out of the Carpathian Mountains. He's like, we're done here. We're not staying here. Y'all made it to London. And of course, London is always a little bit dreary, a little bit gray, always a little bit rainy. But in comparison to where you were, things are a little bit more advanced. You're at the height of the industrial era, the beginning of the industrial era of London. So the air smells different. You can't really see the stars that well out here. But there is always a ton of work for you to do, especially with fabrics and everything, especially because a lot of people are working. Clothes are always needing repair, so you can weave a little bit of magic into it. Stefan got y'all a little bit of your own little flat. On the outskirts of London, so you're still out in like farmland and everything, but you can still see a bit of the haziness of London. However, tonight, even though it has no food on it, there's a picnic blanket on the ground. 2 empty glasses, even though there's no wine in it, because y'all can't have it.
No.
But there's a couple books of poetry on the blankets. He has his legs stretched out, and he's looking up at the sky. Okay, when I said I wanted to leave, somehow we ended up even in a more dreary place.
You know, it's strange. And I think I've gotten letters from Carmilla, especially. I don't think Isabella is much of a letter writer.
I actually had one. If you
Probably not.
So something I wanted to put notice in. I think one of the first things they find is you get is just a postcard card addressed just to you, Anya. And because I don't think I've explained it, so it's just going to say, "Sorry, I tried to sleep with your husband as you. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. That was all. I was missing a lot of context, but I am sorry. We are well."
You have a postcard.
I take it. I read it. I was like, oh.
To sleep with me?
Billy being silly. Sorry.
It's a long story.
She's not even my type.
I know. It was.
Well, that was.
It's as she said. She. It's complicated. Right now, I don't really want. No. To be fair, though, I still didn't remember who you were.
Okay. But
Nothing happened.
She apologized.
She did.
I thought she had more of a thing for your other sister, Isabella.
Together.
We should find out where they are and get them flowers.
I think so too. That's a great idea. But getting back to what you said about how dreary London can be, and watching it grow as we have, I have a feeling it's going to get even more.
So eventually we're gonna move. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'd like to go. What are you feeling right now?
Probably somewhere warm. Not raining as much.
Here, the Mediterranean is nice.
We could go to Italy or Greece.
I think I like that. I've always wanted to explore those civilizations.
And also with Italy, we can go see an opera.
Oh, the opera. Love that.
We'll stay here for about another year and then we'll move on so people don't get suspicious. So we travel every 5 years?
For the time being. And then maybe because it's not that far from your memory how ingenious humans can be.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to find a way to learn how to keep track of each other. The world may become bigger and yet smaller at the same time.
Mm.
So maybe it might be every 10 years or sooner, depending. The
Well,
world is ours, but the world is also for the humans too. We need
Mhm.
to find ways to make sure we don't let, as much as possible, as much as the two of us can do it, we need to make sure we don't let what happened happen again to as many people as possible.
Agreed.
We'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
Maybe we'll
He'll hold up an empty wine glass as to do a cheers.
cheers.
Ding,
Clink.
empty glasses back down.
And I thanks to Eric, I did get our rings back.
Did you?
Did.
He'll take his ring and he'll slide it on.
And I take my ring and I slide it on. And I curl my fingers in with his.
And he'll lean over and press a kiss to your temple. Well, here's to starting all over again. For the most part.
Well, it's not always a bad idea.
No. Though I do wonder.
Hmm.
Do you think Eric, not Eric, is bothering Isabella all the time?
I spoke with him. He may pop in and spice things up every so often. But the ghosts of Dracula's past, they now have their own choices to make. And they can choose to rest at peace. But I also do wonder, should we burn that castle to the ground?
Why don't we do that when we have a reunion with the other sisters at some point over the years?
By then, my fire spell will be well in order.
I think that'll be a grand time.
Let's keep going then.
Let's keep going. And I think this is a good ending